Hi to anybody that comes in. I may have trouble with the chat. Let me do my phone because I have it set up a little different. Here we are. We're sewing right here, and I'm trying to get a view of us sewing. So we are just a little different. Let me see if I slide this way just a little bit more and do this just a little bit. There you go. Hi, Leonora. How are you, honey? So I am working on a new style journal. This is going to be. I've been watching. If you've seen me in chats, I've asked several people if they watch Lynn, a bit of bird song, and she showed a journal like this recently, and I really liked it, and so we're going with it. We're going to try it. Uh, Hi, Angela. How are you, honey? So we've started off. Let me just explain to you how we're starting off, okay? So we've started off, we've cut apart a book, and I have gessoed on the back of it. Now, we are going to attach this book. We're not going to make a spine, so to speak. Actually, I want to trim that up. We're not going to make a spine, so to speak. We're going to do. I want to trim that off. I think I want to trim that some too. Although I like that grungy look. It's a little too grungy for me. Y'all know. Sometimes I get a little nitpicky. So how we're going to bind these together is I'm laying this down here, and I know that it's going to be hard for you to see. I'll put it up here on my sewing machine. Is I have these strips, and we're going to bind them together like this. We're going to use two canvas strips and this embroidery strip. And this will go on the inside. And then they'll be glued on the inside. And then we will top them over the inside of them. We will top them with some things that I'm sewing on right now, okay? So right now I'm just doing some sewing. I'm doing fine, honey. I'm doing good. So right now I am just sewing. I have all these pieces of white stuff, white eyelet, white embroidery, and I want to pull this up just a little bit. I do not care that it's going over the, change my stitch to a zigzag. I do not care, and I'm real funny about this. I know y'all can't see my feet. Can I even see my feet? I was looking for my gas pedal. Um, I have to pull my shoes off to sew. I don't pull my shoes off to drive, but I have to pull my shoes off to sew. So, hold on just a second. I want to get me some more thread coming out of here. Uh-oh, how did you get wrapped around like that? What the, what the fricky frack? Why are you, hold on. That's just a moment asking for a broken thread. I can tell you that right now. Okay, let's see what you do. Pull, pull. Oh, I hate when it gets tied in the tension. Do we have it straight now, or are we're still all bound up here? And I'm not sure exactly why. Why have we done this? What have we done? You don't do that. Okay, let's see if we can undo you here. I don't see how you got done there. Okay, hold on. You are my inside coming in thread, and you should be like that. There we go. We're almost there. We've almost got it figured out. Let's pull this off and go through. Trying to not have to unthread it. There we go. I don't know how I managed to do that, but somehow I managed. If there's a way that it can be twisted, I can do it. I'm just here to tell you. Me and my sewing machine have a love-hate relationship. I love the effect of sewing, but sometimes I hate my machine because it don't want to do what I want it to do. So anyway, here we go. We should have plenty of thread that we don't break off. And look, it just broke. I'll be dadgum. Yep, it just broke. Said that and it just broke. And then you didn't even sew up there. Why didn't you even sew up there? Okay, silly thing. This is why we have a love-hate relationship, because it does stupid stuff like this. There we go. Okay, well we got part of that sewed. Not very much of it, but we gotta figure out our threading again. Okay, now you go like that. This is my part that I hate. It's trying to go through that little thing right there. So, scissors. And I've already, even no, you can't see me. I was gonna say, I've already got fuzzies and threads all over me and paint. That's how you know you're doing a good job when you get all this stuff all over you. Isn't that right? Is that right? I don't know. Oh no. I didn't know you were live either. I just went live. I'm just trying to sew. I'm sorry, honey. Did y'all catch that lick? There we go. She went right through there. All you gotta do is lick her. But let's see. Let's see what happened in here because I heard my bobbin being silly. Is it empty? Shouldn't be. I haven't sewed that much lately. No, she's not empty. She just is broke off. Come back out of here. So, now, y'all know I haven't bought anything from Temu in a long time, but let me show you here. From Temu, you can buy these pre-wound bobbins, and they're so cheap that it's worth it not having to do it. I don't like winding bobbins. Maybe I just don't like sewing. Maybe that's it. My mom, y'all have heard me talk about my mom is a very accomplished seamstress. When it was time to learn how to sew for home ec, she would not teach me. She sent me to Leon as a school secretary who was also a seamstress in our town. She sent me to Leona and made Leona teach me how to sew. I don't like sewing with patterns. Uh, I don't like sewing clothes. I like to sew fun things. you know, fun things like journals. There we go. Don't you do it. You did it. It broke again. Okay, so I can't play the breaky game, okay? Don't break my heart, my achy breaky heart. I can't play the breaky game. So what we're going to do is we're going to find our thread. Here it is. Oh, at least we didn't come apart. So this is a brand new spool of thread, so it shouldn't be old or fragile. It still had its plastic wrapping and everything on it. Um, we're going to go back over here to this stitch. It seems like I love the zigzag stitch, but it seems like I have more trouble sewing with the zigzag stitch than any other thing. So we're going to just do this and see if we can straight sew it. Okay, we're far enough in the corner there because I ain't got patience for breaking thread today. We'll turn it off and glue this stuff down. Yeah, there we go. There we go. We're sewing now. I hope the motor's not too loud for y'all. And I hope that you're seeing some of what I'm doing. Okay, this is not showing what I'm doing. Let's go there. There we go. There you go. You can see a little better there. So I've got both of my cameras going. The camera on my computer and the camera above us going. And so that's, there it went. It broke. Okay, my tension must be too tight. Is my tension too tight? It shouldn't be because we are, let's go down just a smidge. At least we're not breaking completely so that I have to do, we're going to have threads galore on this stupid thing. I'll be trimming threads. Y'all know I'm not one that leaves a lot of threads. So, anyway. There we go. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. Don't break. There you go. See, also another thing about my sewing is I used to work in a actual factory where we made sweatshirts and sewed on industrial machines, and sewing on an industrial machine is like going from driving a maybe a go-kart to driving a car. Because an industrial sewing machine, it gets it. I mean, it gets it good. You get up and you move, and you put the pedal to the metal, baby, and you go. So we're just sewing bits and pieces of lace on this lacy stuff. So be right back. Okay. We're gonna put, now we don't want a lot of hang me off on this side, but we don't mind on this side. This is how this will lay down on that right there. It'll lay down like this, and this will all be glued down to this. And so this will be our outside edge, and we don't mind hang me off here at all. But we don't want a lot of hang me off on the inside so much. So, okay. I want to cut this right here in half. And you're going to see as we go along that I will switch between scissors. I pick up whatever scissors are closest. And obviously I'm using my paper scissors and not my fabric scissors, even though I'm playing with fabric. There we go. Okay, we're going to sew this piece. Not on the book. We're not sewing the book. We would definitely have a problem if we try to sew the book. We're going to sew this piece like this. So if you've ever watched one of my videos where I've showed me sewing before and this looks like a different machine, that's because it is. I ruined the other one. I think we're off the book there. I mean, I think we're off the paper. Maybe not. We are sewing to right here, though. There we go. Pull it so don't tuck her real bad. Okay, that's good. And don't pull too tight, Cindy. Okay, we like that. Now, I want to trim this right there to like that. And like that. Okay. Now, I want to find me a piece of, I have a piece of embroidery, I have a piece of this. Another thing I want to sew on here is this right here. We're going to sew this down. This is the original, this book was actually, wait, before I do that, I need to find my piece of lace. I want to go right there. This book was actually a library book, and so it had a library card in it. And I pulled the library card thing out, and I want to save it and save it. Okay. Come here, teddy bear. I need your lace bottom. I need your bucket of lace. Here we go. I see the piece of lace I want. I do. I see the piece of lace I want. Hold on. I see several pieces of lace I want. But I think this one. No, that's not it. That one it. That one's it. Okay. That piece of lace. Okay. Here we go. We will come back to this lace bucket. I want one of these. I want to sew one of these in. Y'all disregard the commentary Dave is making for y'all in the background, okay? Just disregard that, okay? There we go. So I have to put my shoe on when I get up because I don't like walking on my floors without my shoes because my floor needs vacuumed really, really, really bad. And that's all we need. We want to straighten the end of it up. Come on. Okay. Be ridiculous. See what I see. We do not want to throw that little DB away because we might use it somewhere. We're not sure where, but we might use it somewhere. Okay, we're going to sew. Ow, that's my knee. We're going to sew this down. And we are leaving a bit of that ruffle out there. That'll be okay. Okay. Now this is a zigzag stitch, but it's a zigzag that sews all of the stitches. And for some reason my sewing machine will break. Oh, you stupid, stupid machine. Where am I going wrong? What is wrong with you? Okay, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. You're good. You're good. I'm going to do that machine if it hairlets me to do it. There we go. And yes, I am sewing on paper. I am sewing on, let's see, where did we get to right there? I am sewing on cardstock under it. So, Are we coming threaded before we even got started there? And what's up with that? Putty cat, what's up with that? Okay, where are you? Here we are. Okay, we'll go back to this stupid. Is it 7, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 7, and 6? That's my straight stitch. We'll go back to it and see. But you're making me mad. I'm just telling you. You're making me mad, sewing machine. Okay. No, we don't want this. See, and I know I didn't sew that straight. I sew about like I cut, and I don't cut straight either. That's why I have to use my little guillotine that makes everybody nervous. But thinks I'm cutting off my fingers. There we go. We got that one sewed on. Okay. We got all these threads hanging. Put them right over the trash can. You go to. There we go. Okay, that's good. Okay, I want to put this on. Yes, Dave?
Watch in the jar.
Huh?
I just put the watch in the jar.
Okay, well, I'm live, so. But it's just me here, I think. I don't think anybody else came to hang out with me, so it's okay. Yeah. Okay, we're going to sew this on. Okay. I sent out some messages telling people I was live. Okay, just to go. Just like, actually, I think I want it to go more down to the bottom because I want to make sure that I have room up here to pull. Put that thing in that little doily. And this is going to be, oh, commercial, sorry. You see my sewing machine? Can you see what I'm sewing on? Hold on, let's see if I can, there. I'm sewing on a piece of paper. There we go. Now, where's my little doily? And we'll just come on up here and sew it on. Do we have it where we want it? Yeah, we do. We broke. I heard it. I heard it break when it broke. Hate when my thread breaks. It makes me want to say bad, bad, bad words. There we go. But we're almost finished with this one, with this front. Then we'll do a back. And it won't be as detailed as this because you always want your front to be the prettiest, right? There we go. Where did we stop at? Right there. That's where we'll start at. I'm just going to sew that around. I think that's got us. There we go. We are sewed on. Okay, guys. So this is going to be the front page in my journal. This is going to be the front page in my journal. We got a little pocket. It's even got a little pocket behind it. We have this lacy, and all of that will be glued into this, onto this right here, onto this book cover. Okay, it'll be glued onto it. And that's why we done it on paper. Now we want to put in our little strips. We want them to go in, let's see, just like this. Come on. Okay, there's that one. Now we want this one to go in. That's the outside. This is the inside. We want this one to go right like here. Ooh. Hold on. I need to lift my foot because I need it to go in down just a little bit. Right there. Just like that. And then we have this one right here, and it's going to go just like so. Okay. I'm making a journal cover. Hold on, I'll show you. Well, I'm making the inside of a journal. I'm making a new journal with a peekaboo spine. There we go. And we broke right as we got done. Okay. There we go. So this will connect the two spines. Okay. So we have two spines like this, and this will connect them. And then I will bind my signatures to these little tabs right here. I'm just looking at it and thinking. I'm just looking at it and thinking. Okay, let's do our other back. Let's do our other back. We'll start with this. Actually, we want to trim this just a little bit. We got to rethread this stupid sewing machine because it wants to be broken. Hold on. Just a second. Feel like. Okay. So this is our back. Our back inside cover. Oh, and I was going to trim that. And actually, I don't think I want that big of a piece of that because I think I want to add something else to it. Okay. So like that's the side that goes up. And this is going to be the side that's hanging out. So we'll start there. 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 I can't wait to see when Sharon gets her mail. Because I know what Marty said she was doing for her postcards, and I want to see them. There we go. Okay, there's that. So down and look, we didn't even break, not once. Let's do a piece of this. Let's save that for the very end. Let's do a piece of this right here. Embroidery. I like that. That's so pretty. Hang on. Okay. One more. Okay. She did. She posted on the Facebook group. On Beth's Facebook group. She did. She posted pictures. There we go. Now we're going to put this on here. Like so. Just like that. Okay, that has that piece sewed on. It's all going on very quickly. Let's see, we want to put on, is that the same thing? We've already done that. Here, we want a piece of this. And we're going to sew this across like this to make a pocket. Just like that. And yes, I know it's not even. No, I don't care. Ah, shoot. Now, I done that. I pulled the thread loose. That was Cindy. That was a Cindy error. There we go. They're probably all Cindy errors, but it's a lot funner to blame the sewing machine. There we go. This. And ah, shoot, it broke. Oh, it didn't even sew at all. Dad burn. What did I do? There we go. It done it again. Why are you doing that to me? Why are you doing that? Okay. Not the thread. The thread is plenty strong. There's something here. Let's see, before we start sewing again, we're going to get our foot off the pedal so we don't sew ourselves, right? Because we don't want to sew ourselves. Okay, hold on. We want to make sure. There we go. That's what we want to make sure. There we go. Okay, give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Okay, all of that. That right there. That right there. 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 Try one more time. One more time for the March of Dimes. We shall try. We had a big bundle of stuff in the bobbin all caught up. So let's see if this does it. is the last thing we have to sew down except for our strap. Okay, come on. There we go. There we go. Okay. We've got that. We have our pocket. We have a pocket. We have all this. This is our back. Now we need to sew this to this. Here we go. Okay, so we need to make sure we're even here. There we go. But we don't want to be... Okay, we need to make sure we're even. Hold on. Just like so. Just like that. Except for I need to measure, do some measuring. Hold on. There. 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 Okay. That's so. Ugh. This is the last thing I have to sew, and it's giving me fit. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I sewed all of my fabric on real good, didn't I? Except for that last piece. No, it's all good. It's all good. Power, life and death in the power of your tongue. This is good. This is good. It's going to be good. It's going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty, guys. It is. It's going to be beautiful. Beautimous. Okay? Beautimous. There we go. One more time. Go for it. Okay, we got one more. Here it is. And it goes just like that. I almost had it sewed. I am not threading that needle for that. There. No, I'll stick some glue under it. Okay, we're done with the sewing machine. We're going to pick it up and move it out of the way so that we can see what we're working on now. Okay. Hold on. We got it. Get it all out of the way. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, I'm sorry I bumped y'all. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, I kind of maybe sort of had a change of heart about how I want to do this. They said, no surprise there that you're going to change what you're doing now. Okay, here we go. Let's turn off this camera right here. Let's turn this camera off. There we go. Let's lower this down so y'all can see what I'm working on. And then I can see the chat. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So here is our thing. Here this is our thingamabob. Ain't it pretty? I think it's pretty. Do y'all think it's pretty? I think it's pretty. Now I'm kinda not fond of how that piece right there is sitting, but I'm not messing with it, okay? But I'm thinking instead of making this the inside, I'm thinking I might glue it on the outside and make this the outside and then just some glue some cardstock on the inside. And then this would be my outside, only it wouldn't work because I made that my front and that would end up being my back. Okay, we're going to go with our original plan and put this on the inside. And because I did sew that where that is showing like that on the outside. Okay. Original plan, back to plan A, and we're going to sew some of these for the outside. We're going to sew some of these for the outside, okay? Not on screen though. We may glue some of it down before we sew it and let it dry good. There, there we go. Yep. Yeah, that's good. There we go. There's the front. Inside cover. Don't throw that away, Cindy. Front, inside cover. This will be our back. So I do have papers cut, and we can do the exact same thing and make it look like that. Or we can, actually, I had thought about using some of this fabric just on the outside. Maybe we'll do that with on that. Anyway, we'll see. I like that for the inside though. Oh, I know what I wanted to do for the outside of this one. I remember now. I wanted to put fairies on the outside of it because I'm going to do fairy signatures on this. There. What? But tell me, I'm going to be out of glue. Maybe this is where we want to put our glue instead of on that. That's where we did it on the last one. Watch, Cindy, watch. Watch what you do, man. No, I'm not going to do fairies on this one. This one, I'm going to do this one. This is going to be a vintage photo album, vintage photo journal. I think there's enough glue there. Now, let's see what we got going here. Like that, like that, like that, like that. Very good. I like that. I do like that. I like having the pocket there, the pocket there. That is cool. Look. And I pulled out this out of that book, but it looks like it says 1949, but I can't tell for sure. Stick it there. Yeah. Now, this is my thought. I am not doing a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, even though I done 3 things here. I'm going to sew these in with a loop stitch. A loop stitch. And I'm going to do, I think, either 4 or 5. If I do 4, each signature is going to have 5 pages. If I do 5, each signature is going to have 4 pages. Now, I think I definitely want to decorate some more things, some more that. We're going to set this under our machine so it can have some pressure on it. Only we're going to glue this, and then after it dries, I will sew it down with just a lot of random sewing stitches. Can y'all hear the background? What's singing? I don't know what he's watching, but they're singing Rocky Top. Dave and I used to, every time we used to take a car trip, we would sing that song because it was a song that Dave could harmonize with me on. Y'all want to hear something funny? After Dave had got his brain injury, he can actually sing in tune now, where he had before he could sing, but I always had to start him to get him in key. Now he sings in tune. He can harmonize real good, which we don't sing no more together, but he came to me a while ago and asked me if I had ate lunch yet. And I looked at him, I said, it's 11 o'clock. He looked at me and he said, and I knew what he was going to say. He was going to say, but I ate a while ago. And then he looked at me and he said, oh, I ate breakfast, didn't I? Yes, you did, Dave. You ate breakfast. That is exactly what you did. You ate breakfast. I want to stick with that. I need, there it is. I need my hot glue gun. Now, I need to remember before I glue this down to my front to glue in lace for a cover um for a what lace for a tie. That's what I'm trying to think of. Lace for a tie. That went out of my way. But while we're doing that, we'll go ahead and glue this down with our other glue gun. We'll make this our outer edge. Oh, I got the wrong thing, don't I? I was gluing that down with that other glue. This is my good glue. Let's not use it up. Use this cheap glue up. I don't know what those fuzzies are from. I keep picking up fuzzies. Don't know what they're from. You know what? We didn't use none of this on the front of that. On the other part of that. None of this lace. Let's let us use some of this lace. So see what I just did? Yeah. Cut it just a little bit narrow. That's okay. We're gonna do it just like that. Let me get in here. This is true. This is true. Always go live. Your sewing machine or your hot glue gun or your whatever don't want to work. Now remember, this will have sewing on top of it. It will, I mean, the glue will hold it down, but it ain't going to be the only thing holding it down. We want to cut it right. Made a big old pan of a big old pan of chicken and rice last night. We should be able to eat chicken and rice a couple of days. right here is going to go across and be a little pocket for us, but we're going to do some other things to it. We want one of these to sit on it. We want it to sit on top of it, not glued down, okay? Not glued down. I think that's what we want. What is that? Ooh, that's a pretty piece of lace. That's a pretty piece of lace. We may need to use that too. Okay, so we're going to get us a hamburger sheet so we don't glue it to the thing. And we're going to put our glue on this. These are little doilies that I bought from Keisha. I think one of the last times I've been to her sale. I haven't been over there. I can get in trouble over there, just like I can get in trouble at Miss Pearl's. They have too many pretty things, and I like pretty things. Yes, I do. I like pretty things. I got glue down there where I don't need glue, don't I? However, let's do this. Oh, about that length. Yeah, about that length right there. Yeah, okay. Let's just go ahead and glue this. Let's put some glue here. Go ahead and put some more glue on that. Glue there, glue there, glue there, glue there. Okay, that ought to do it. For the most part, that ought to do it. Yeah, okay. Now we got a bunch of glue there. Yeah. Yes, we like that. Yes, we do. We like that. We surely do. Okay, we want that to dry just a little bit. Just a little bit. And while that is drying just a little bit, I have this strip right here that I tore that I want to, I don't want that. I don't want that little sewage piece right there. I want to do a ribbon edge on, let's see, so this will set like this on there. I think I want it on this edge. Get that out of my way. I don't want it to get messed up. Mm. That's hot, y'all. That's hot. And y'all all laughed at me. Said, no poop, Poirot. If you get it, you'll get it. Mm. D in the end of that one. There we go. I like that. I like the threads on it. Let's unwrinkle our wrinkled where we, yeah, I like that. Now this will set down on top of that, and we will just sew this on. That'll set on top of that. Do I want to set that on top of that like that, or do I want to turn it to its side and make it a side? I want to make it a side pocket. Yeah, I want to make it a side pocket. Then we can tuck in and we still don't lose that. Yeah, that's what we want to do. So we're going to just glue these edges like this for right now. And then we'll come back. I'll come back and be sewing around the edge, that down. And since I'm going to sew around the edge, I won't have to worry about that. There we go. Oh, glitter, Cindy, you did it way out of space. Hold on. You did it way off the wrong edge. Okay. There. What do y'all think? Do you like it? So we have a pocket. It is a pocket. It'll go in like that. More than likely, we will be putting a... Actually, you know what? I may have one. I saw one recently. Let me see. So, actually, have two of those. I do, but they're okay. There it is. There we go. That right there is what I'm thinking about. That little cameo. I'm looking to see what else I have that would lay flat. I have a butterfly. Actually, we could put a butterfly on it and pin it with a bulb pin. So I had a thought. Let me show y'all this. And actually, that would go cute if we did that. So I had this thought, but I don't think it's going to work now that oh, it will. It will. So whoever done these, they've done them. Oh, I see what they've done. They took the loopy loop out. So my thought is to take and put this like that. What is that? It's a maple leaf. Not crazy about the leaf on it, but that's an easy, yeah, that's easy to get off. And then we could do that, the butterfly there. Actually, I like her more sideways where you can read the words. And then I have this one that is done. Did I go? Yep, I did go all the way through. There we go. There. There. And of course I got it pinned where it's backwards. She can come off. And we'll just leave it like that. Now I could actually put a jump ring on that and put that there. What do y'all think about that? Do y'all like that? Do y'all like that? Can you see it? Y'all know what I want to do, don't you? Hold on just a second. Alcohol spray. Ugh. I like that much better. I got a little bit of overspray there. Nobody's giving me no opinions. Why am I not getting any opinions? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Maybe baby? Oopsie daisy? All those kind of words? I actually really like it. I will have to take the pins out when I sew it here, but I'll put them back in. Actually, I think I can probably turn them and just go down it. Anyway, yeah. Anybody got an opinion, or am I not just not seeing chat? Am I not seeing chat? Chat. Here we go. I'm just not seeing chat. That's what's going on. Oh my gosh. Hey Dorita. Hey Juju. You like it? Oh, were you in here a while ago? Hey Bonnie. Were you in here a while ago when I showed the inside of it? Leonore, hey honey. Sharon, Bonnie, Marty. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. There we go. So this is the inside of it. This is the inside of it. And Juju, yeah, I see that I was the one not rolling. So this is how I want this to go on here. Just like this. This will be my outside on this book cover. Juju, you'll recognize these if you've been watching Lynn. And so this is my inside. This is my inside, and I will be binding my signatures into this. So we have a very vintage card here. So anyway, yeah. So that's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at. Do-do-do-do. I wish I had a spray that had just a little bit more brown in it and not quite as much red. Okay, so this one needs sewed. These have been sewed. They're drying. And we got one more to do. One more to do the whole thing. So let's start with a piece of this. And we're going to go down. Let's see. This is going to be our... There we go. Let's turn it the right way, Cindy. This is going to be our outside edge. So we're going to trim it just like so. There you go. For those of you that bought the gore pieces out of that skirt, hi Bridget, honey, how are you? How is you feeling today, sweetheart? And if you were my daddy, you would say with my fingers that you're feeling with your fingers. Because my daddy was a smart aleck, just like I am. Actually, my dad had a funny sense of humor, and I managed to get that. We feel with our fingers. Let us glue this down. Cindy Lou Joe Bob. So I have an uncle named Joe. Actually, he died in November after my dad died in August. He's my dad's closest half brother in age. Joe is, I think, 4 years older than my dad. Anyway, he always wore a long ponytail. He sang country music, and me and Dave always called him Joe Willie. He was a Joe Willie to us. And he had this woman habit. He really liked Native American girls, and he really liked Mexican girls. And he would go to California and get him a woman, usually a Mexican or a little Native American girl who didn't speak any English, neither one of them. And he would bring them back to Arkansas, and then he'd leave them. And my grandpa would pay to get them back to California. Anyway, but yeah, he was a bit of a rounder. Sorry. I got to figure out how to turn them off. Let's see if I can figure out how to do that with my phone. Where's my phone here? Let's go here. YouTube, YouTube. Where am I? Let's turn my. There I am. View my channel. Turn that off. That's fine. I did that this morning. I'm live. Let's see. Here I am. Mm-mm. Okay. I can't from my phone. Let's see here. Did I do here? Yeah. Let's see. Can I go here? There. Now let's see if y'all. Let's see. Let's see if they stop. I just turned them off. Okay. I just turned off monetization for this video. See if you still see them. See if they still pop up. The reason I haven't been turning them off is I got an email that said even if you don't select videos, select uh, ads, that they'll put them in anyway. And I figure if they're going to put them in anyway, I might as well have them for me. Anyway, but we'll see. See, when I watch other channels, I never see them because I pay to have YouTube Premium because I use it a lot at church with my kids, showing my kids videos. And I definitely don't want no ads popping up in the middle of my church videos. So, anyway, there we go. Well, that burn. I think I laid that down wrong, didn't I? There we go. Yeah, she got a lot of glue on there, didn't she? Bunches of glue. Whew. It is only certain ads that do it. So we're not going to put a pocket on this one because this is our very back outside, and we don't want a pocket on our very back outside. How long have I been here? An hour and a half already? Are y'all sure about that? I do have hangover, I know that, but that's okay. I can live with hangover lace. I don't drink, so I don't have a hangover. I'm feeling better, guys. I've gone 36 hours without being sick, so I think it may be behind me. I'm still not convinced it was a virus. It could have been. I did run some fever. I have some fever blisters, uh, but it just seemed like it was really happened more after I ate. So when I when I was diagnosed, when I was in the hospital in December of 2023, the last thing they told me before they discharged me was, "Oh, by the way, when we were doing your scan this morning, we noticed that you have gallstones. But since you're not having any kind of symptoms, we're not going to do anything about it." I'm like, okay, that works for me. So, anyhow, yeah. Well, I've had a lot of symptoms since then. I've had several gallbladder attacks that have just nearly done me in, or at least they made me think I was dying. Why is that? I guess it's hitting my, trying to figure out why that my fabric keeps feeling warm. I'm feeling pieces of my fabric and they feel warm. Anyway, so I was kind of, since it was happening just after I eat, and then I'd get start having real bad ache in my stomach, and then I would have diarrhea. And I was thinking that it might have been my gallbladder, but then running the fever made me think it could have been a virus. All I know is it lasted for 6 days. No, for not 6 days. It lasted for 4 days. I don't like it. And another thing I noticed was those days that I was sick, I ate tomatoes. I hadn't had any tomatoes since Tuesday, and I didn't get sick yesterday. So it could have been that because I have people that tell me tomatoes do that to them. So I don't know. I never felt sick. I never felt sick. That was the crazy thing. I didn't feel bad. Not until my belly started hurting. Then when my belly hurt, I felt bad, but you know, not until then. I think I want to lay that on top of that. We're just layering. That's all we're doing. We're just layering, making it pretty. I'm making it feel pretty. So this is some cheap Sargent brand glue that's in a bottle that's also mixed with some Elmer's Craft Bond glue, which I really like Elmer's Craft Bond glue, but I don't much care for the Sargent that I put in and mixed in with it. So there we go. There. Okay. Last thing I want to do on that is do one more ruffle, and I have one more piece of that fabric. There it is. I want to do a ruffle down this. This will be my inside because my ruffle on that one is on the inside. Yeah, that one's on the, is that on the inside? No, that's on the outside. So I want to do it like this on the, yeah, like this for it to be on the outside for this one. Yeah, yeah. Okay, here's my ruffly piece of fabric. Now, before we start in ruffling, there they are. I was looking for my big scissors. We will need another glue stick. I think there's one laying right. Nope, that's an ink pen. I know I stuck some glue sticks in this. Oh, you're going to have to stand up, Cindy. Quit being lazy, just stand up. Yeah, there's some of those great big long ones, those brand new ones that I just got, but I thought I had some of my little bitty ones. There they are. There they are. Okay. I need another glue stick. We haven't opened this package yet. Let's just put it up somewhere else. I haven't turned our air conditioner on neither. The one's running in the living kitchen, but not this one. That's better. Scissors are squeaking. They may need oiled. Okay, I think we got enough. Yeah, we got enough. Here we go. I tell y'all what, cleaning up my desk and making all that extra space has made it so much easier to craft. So see what I just did? Oh well, it'll work. We'll just live with it. I put my roly edge on the inside instead of the outside like I did on the other one. Who all has got their postcards from me? You've got postcards from me. They should have either been in a package or you got an envelope with postcards from me. That one's good. Puppy, I hear you. What you doing? I know Juju has. Beth got hers the other day. Bonnie did. Anitra did. Some of you may have got them real early, because some of them I think I sent out in the last package I did in June. Gosh, I've got glue everywhere. It looks like almost like a spider web. I've got so many little silky strands of glue floating across there. There we go. Okay. There we go. 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 Trim it up, Cindy. Trim it up. You know what? I've decided I don't think I'm going to sew any of this down. I think it's sticking good enough. What's that? Oh, just a piece of paper thread. But that being said, if I don't sew any of this down, then I need to come back in over here with this. Oh, that's glued down pretty good there, but we'll just stick a little bit of hot glue there. Hot glue there. Yep, hot glue there. That one is sticking pretty good. Hot glue there. Ow, ow, ow. There. Okay, now we need, this is our front. Oh, we need to spray this one. Okay, honey. I'm getting my thumb all sprayed good. There we go. Okay, that is good. Now, this is going to be the lace I'm going to use for my tie. And I want it to be about like this. And I'm going to spray it a little. One of these days I will buy me some real alcohol inks. Yeah, one of these days. Instead of my homemade ones. I suspect the real ones would probably do better. Okay, this is like that. We want to match that up. I want to match this up. I'm going to cut it, cut it, cut it. And we're going to glue this one down. We're going to put some of this glue down. And we're going to put some of this glue down. Not like that. And we're going to, just like that. There we go. Okay, now we want to make sure that we are in the exact same spot. Yeah, we'll go right there. Don't y'all love how I measure things? Oh, she's so silly. I don't know how she got to be so silly. Okay, and there we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, we're ready to put these on our things. On our backs. Lose those because we'll use them somewhere else. Now we're going to cover this right here. Okay, this is our front. This is our front. This is our front. We'll go just like that. Just like that. Yep, just like that. Just like our ties a little in the wonky place. That's okay. You know what? We want to use this glue. We want to use our good glue on this. Actually, maybe we do. Maybe we do. No, that's not what I'm looking for. There's one. For right now, so I don't forget that I want this to be on here, I'm going to put it on like this with this safety pin. Okay, so I don't forget. Yeah. Okay. And that is on there good. She's on real good. There we go. There's the front, inside, and there's this. And here we go. As soon as I get this on, I'm going to be done. And then I'll do my, match up my papers and get my papers all pulled for my signature. And then we will go from there. You okay? I'm still alive. Tell everybody hi.
Hi.
Hi, he says. Hi. Everybody, he says hi. Why are you pulling trash today?
How's it full?
Okay.
Trash can was found full.
Okay. I thought you were pulling it in here too.
No, I'm putting it in.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, love. Okay. We can turn off our hot glue. We can pick this up, and this goes like this because we don't want to put our tie on the inside, do we? There we go. Oops. Hold on. We moved. Okay. Get back over here. Get back over here. There you go. There you are. There we go. I like it. I'm not sure how I will like it after we put signatures in it. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about that. Oh, that says love on one side and that on the other. You know what? We're gonna fix this. We're gonna give it a good hunk of. There we go. Love on one side, that on the other. So we are going to do this and see if it'll work. It may not work. Oh, I know. Where did I put that? There it is. Nope, that's not it either. Wrong one. I got to get all this fabric put back where it goes, but I'm looking for a certain kind of fabric I had a while ago. That. Oh, wait, I know. There. Right there. So, I want to see what this does on this. Will it run on that? No, it don't run on that. Not too bad anyway. It needs to be spreading a little bit. There we go. So guys, this is not an original idea. I did not think this up in my sleep. I've seen several people do journals like this. Uh, the last one I saw is was Lynn. From Birdsong, Bit of Birdsong. There we go. Okay. Okay, that one goes on there. That's my stamp. And yeah, now that I've added my alcohol spray, my ink is running. But it's okay. It's okay. I have no intentions of getting rid of this one. So our front flip looks like this for right now. We're going to put a bulb pin on this instead of that. I'm going to put a bulb pin. I thought about putting a dollop of hot glue right there and holding that in place. And I still may. But for right now, we're going to call it done. So this is my cover, this is this, and this is this. So my thought is when I put these in, so she actually has one that she's put in with safety pins. I worry about how my pages will turn with safety pins. So I think I'm going to just do stitch, 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 stitch. And so then when you close it, you will see the edges of the signatures shining out. I mean, they'll show up in here. They'll show up in here. So, like that. Like you have a book in it. So, yep. So, anyway, wasn't it pretty? It was real pretty. So, guys, I have been here for an hour and 46 minutes. I'm going to go. I need to find some lunch. And I need to go tinkle because my water pills are working today. So, yeah. I will see y'all around. I'll probably see some of y'all at Juju's tonight. So, if she's on. So, anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. I'm drinking water. Y'all be proud. Water. No Mountain Dew. No Sprite. Water. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye. Thanks for being here. Be sure and leave a thumbs up. For some reason, YouTube likes that. Anyway, I do too. Makes me happy to think that y'all liked my videos. So, see you later, taters.